Can we gain something by giving things away? I think so. Take a moment to think about what I might mean, and we'll talk more about it in today's episode.
When I have a worry-filled mind, I like to wander outside. No telling what we might find. Birds calling, worms crawling, leaves falling down from above. Oh, I plant my feet on the ground. I keep my head in the clouds. I let my feelings out loud. I hear joy calling, fear crawling, tears falling down out of love.
Hi friends, I'm so glad you're here. How are you feeling this moment? Take some time to listen to your body. Try to figure out what it's telling you. Are you feeling tired, excited, curious, disappointed, confident? Maybe you're feeling something different. Use this feelings poster to help identify your feeling or feelings right now. Thanks for taking the time to check in with your feelings and to share them with me. Now I'd like us to look at the date. And remember, this is the date where I am, but it might not be the date where you are or when you're watching this, and so you can just adjust the number as you need in order to do some exercises with me. Today is 10/18/21, and another way to say that is October 18th, 2021. So we have some exercises to do. But before we get started, let's check in with Fig. They are showing us a move that we'll do a little later. I'd like you to make some observations. Look carefully. Notice how their body is shaped and make some guesses. What type of exercise do you think they're showing us? Your guess may be right, your guess may be wrong. Either way, your brain is thinking and making connections and learning and growing just by trying to figure things out. So it's pretty amazing. Let's first start with 10 lunges. When we do lunges, we bend our one leg pretty much into a corner or a right angle, and our other leg is stretched out back wide behind us. And we'll bend down. You can try to touch the ground if you want, or just bend until you feel like you're getting a good stretch in your leg. Let's do 10 lunges. 1. I'm going to switch sides. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, 10. Fabulous. Now we have 18 moves to do. I thought we could really get our hearts racing and do 18 jumping jacks. So stand up in a safe space where you have lots of room. Jumping jacks require us to spread our arms and our legs out pretty wide, so make sure you're in a good space for that. Let's do 18 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, now we can check back in with Fig and see what 21 exercises they are suggesting. Thanks, Fig. Okay, they are telling us that we should try knee-ups. And you might notice Big has their left hand up and their left knee up. You can do these sitting or standing, whatever feels best. We're going to match or meet our knee to our hand 21 times. Similar to when we did lunges, I'm going to switch sides. So I'll do my left one and then my right one. Go back and forth. You can do it that way too, or your own way. Let's do 21 knee-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Nice job. Now, I don't know about you, but my heart is beating really quickly, so I'm going to take 3 cool down breaths to get back in control of my body and feel more settled. You're welcome to join me. Thanks so much for moving your body and for breathing with me. Let's look at what's next. Okay, so at the beginning of this episode, I asked you about giving things away. And I was wondering if you think we can actually gain something when we give things away. Do you have any thoughts about that? Are there any words that are coming to mind about giving things away? I have a message here that'll help us understand a bit more. I'm curious if maybe you were thinking of this word or thinking of these types of things. And maybe, if not, you'll learn something new. Before we get to our message, though, I want to give a shout out to 2 friends, Nora and Clayton, and their family, because they are great examples of this word that we're going to talk about today. They are really wonderful at giving and supporting and recognizing that they have important things that they can share with others. So that's my little hint for you, and a little thank you and shout out to Nora and Clayton and their family. Dear fantastic friends, do you know what it means to be generous? It means to give or share your talents, treasure, or time without expecting anything in return. Being generous can look like cleaning up after dinner, even if no one asked you to. It can sound like listening carefully to a friend, even if you really want to talk first. It can be a collection of clothes and toys that you love, but know you don't need anymore, so you share them with others. There are so many ways we can be generous and practice generosity. What are some wonderful ways you've been generous? If you're not sure, that's okay. We can look to nature for some inspiration. Love, Mrs. A. So the word I was thinking of, or the type of action, or the idea that I was hoping you might figure out, is being generous or practicing generosity. And as I mentioned, I have some really great friends, Nora and Clayton and their family, and they are so generous because they give their time, their talent, and their treasure to help me and to help many people in the community. And I'm wondering if you can think of a time where you shared your talent, your treasure, or your time. If you're not sure, like I mentioned in our message, we'll have some ideas and inspiration from nature so you can spend your time looking for any alliterations. Remember, alliterations are words that start with the same sound or letter, and they're usually next to each other or really close by in a sentence. All right, observant friends, I'm wondering if you've also noticed that there is something new in my space. Right here is a mystery box. And inside is something tell you that it does not feel heavy. It's pretty light, so it doesn't take me a lot of strength to pick up. It's pretty simple to hold. And if you listen carefully, make some really interesting noises. A mystery, what can it be? I'm going to use a little magic and pull up a mystery riddle, and we can try to solve this together. Ready? Okay, our mystery riddle. I'll read it. You can read it too or follow along and try to guess what is inside this mystery box. It says, I come in many colors and shapes. I can be red, yellow, orange, or green as grapes. I can be used to make nests and crafts. I fall in the breeze and sometimes blow into homes when there's a draft. What am I? Do you have any guesses? Let's listen once more. Interesting. Make some observations. There are some clues hiding around me in addition to this riddle. What do you think is inside the mystery box? Yes, it is. Leaves. They come in many colors and shapes. There's one that's that color and that size, and oh, there's a different sized one, and yet another color, and a whole nother shape. They can be red, yellow, orange, or green as grapes. You do see many different colors here. They can be used to make nests and crafts. Lots of birds and squirrels and animals use leaves to help build their nests, and many humans like to enjoy leaves to make crafts. And they fall in the breeze. Yes, we are in the season of fall or autumn here in the United States, and a lot of leaves are coming down from trees. Friends, thanks so much for trying to solve that mystery with me. If you did not guess that it's leaves, that's okay. Just like when we were making observations about fig, if you are thinking and trying to put clues together and solve problems, even if you don't get the right answer, your brain is still learning and growing. And you might not know this, but mistakes actually help our brain grow even more. So it's actually a pretty good thing if you weren't quite sure, or if you made a mistake and guessed something else. Pretty amazing. Now, the other clue I was referring to was the one that is behind this journal. Maybe you saw it earlier. It is a beautiful book called A Leaf Can Be. And I'm really excited to share this with you today. I'm going to work a little more magic, get rid of this mystery riddle, and then we can read some of it together. All right, my friends. A Leaf Can Be. This book is by Laura Perdue Salas, illustrations by Violeta Dabija. And in this book, you'll see some really beautiful illustrations and some really beautiful words about all the different things a leaf can be. And this book reminds me that trees are so generous. They freely give of their treasures, their leaves, their fruit. They even give of their space, right? And time when they grow, help give us shade. And so I wanted to share just a few pages with you. We'll focus on the few pages that occur in the season of autumn or fall. As I mentioned, that's the season that many of us are experiencing in the United States right now. A leaf is a leaf, a bit of a tree. But when cool days come chasing, it can also be a wind rider, a lake glider, a pile grower, a hill glower. Have you ever gotten creative with the leaves and maybe made a big pile to jump in or play around? Have you ever noticed the hills glowing with different colored leaves? I know I have. A leaf is a leaf, a bit of a tree. Now go and discover what else it can be. So not only does this book remind me about the generosity of nature and how there are so many things that nature provides or gives us without expecting anything in return, but it also makes me think of creativity, another thing that we talked about earlier this month. And being creative means that we can think of ways to use materials or do things in new and exciting or interesting ways. So I would love to see if you could use any leaves that you find outside to make some interesting or creative designs or machines or art, just to share and make the world a prettier and more happy place. Thank you so much for listening to a little peek or preview at A Leaf Can Be. If you want to check it out from your library or buy it from your bookstore, it is a really beautiful book that can inspire you and give you some new thoughts about how leaves and nature can be so generous and be so many different things and help so many different creatures. For our mindful moment today, I thought we could honor the leaves and the trees by doing a stretch called tree pose. And it's when we stand up tall like a tree and we pick one of our legs up, and we can rest it on our ankle, we can rest it on our shin or up higher on our thigh. And we're going to put our arms up tall like a tree, stretch them all the way up, and we'll hold this position for 3 breaths. If it feels uncomfortable or you wobble, that's okay. Trees blow in the breeze all the time. And so if you stumble or drop your foot, no problem. Pick it back up again. Give it another shot. You can also try it on your opposite leg. Sometimes one leg might feel stronger than the other. So whatever feels good for your body. Let's do tree pose for 3 breaths. Slowly bring your branches down. You can settle back into your seat. I'd like you to listen to your body one final time. What do you notice? After trying to be a tree and stretching in that way, how does your body feel? My one leg that was holding me up feels a little tingly but strong. It was able to hold me up like a tree trunk. My arms also feel a little heavy from being those big tall branches in the crown or top of the tree. What about you? Thanks for sharing about those different sensations or the things that you're feeling in your body. It's really great for us to practice being mindful, even for a short time, because it helps center us and connect us with our body, and it also helps clear and calm our brain, which can really be helpful as we move about our day. So friends, I hope you make it a great day, and I thank you so much for being here with me. Sending you off with some love, if you'd like it, a hug if you want it, and I will see you next time.